It was a crisp autumn evening when Alex, a high school senior, received a mysterious letter in the mail. The letter was addressed to him and read, "Come back to Blackwood High. The secrets of the past await you." Alex was perplexed. He had graduated from Blackwood High 2 years ago and had no intention of ever returning to that place. But the letter intrigued him, and curiosity got the better of him. The next day, Alex found himself standing in front of the ominous Blackwood High School. It was a massive Gothic structure that looked even more intimidating than he remembered. The windows were dark, and the ivy-covered walls seemed to whisper ancient secrets. As he entered the school, a chill ran down his spine. Inside, the school was eerily silent. The hallways were dimly lit, and the lockers seemed to loom like silent sentinels. Alex made his way to the principal's office, where he found a dusty ledger with names and dates of students who had attended Blackwood High over the years. As he flipped through the pages, he noticed a pattern. Every 20 years, something terrible had happened at the school. Alex decided to investigate further and began talking to some of the current students. They seemed nervous and reluctant to speak about the school's history. One brave soul, Sarah, finally opened up to him. "Blackwood High is cursed," she whispered, her eyes filled with fear. "Every 20 years, something supernatural happens. People disappear and strange things occur in the school. It's as if the past comes back to haunt us." Alex was intrigued and determined to uncover the truth. He spent days researching the school's history, speaking to former students, and delving into the dark secrets of Blackwood High. What he discovered sent shivers down his spine. Decades ago, a group of students had performed a forbidden ritual in the basement of the school, attempting to summon dark forces. Their experiment had gone horribly wrong, and the school had been tainted by malevolent spirits ever since. Every 20 years, the spirits grew restless, seeking to claim new victims. As the anniversary of the ill-fated ritual approached, strange occurrences began to escalate. Lockers slammed shut on their own, ghostly whispers echoed through the halls, and eerie shadows danced in the corners of Alex's vision. It was as if the school itself was alive with a malevolent presence. One night, Alex and Sarah decided to venture into the basement where the ritual had taken place. Armed with candles and a sense of dread, they descended into the darkness. The air grew colder, and their breaths misted in front of them as they reached the forbidden chamber. In the dim light, they saw a circle drawn in red chalk and symbols etched into the walls. It was a portal to another realm, and it pulsed with dark energy. Suddenly, a ghostly figure appeared before them, its eyes filled with anguish. "You must leave this place," the spirit whispered, its voice echoing with sorrow. "The darkness will consume you." But Alex and Sarah were determined to break the curse that had plagued Blackwood High for decades. They lit the candles and began chanting an incantation to banish the malevolent spirits. The room shook and the air crackled with energy. The spirits howled in agony as they were banished from the school forever. With the curse lifted, Blackwood High returned to normal. The school's dark history was buried, and the malevolent spirits were gone. Alex and Sarah had saved the current students from a terrible fate. As they walked out of the school, they knew that the secrets of Blackwood High would remain hidden, but they had done their part to protect future generations from the horrors that lurked within its walls. But as they turned to leave, Alex couldn't shake the feeling that the malevolent spirits had not been completely banished. He couldn't help but wonder if the curse would return in another 20 years, and if someone else would have to face the horrors of Blackwood High. In the dimly lit halls of Crestwood High School, an eerie silence hung heavy in the air. It was late, and the school was supposed to be empty, but a handful of students had stayed behind to complete a group project due the next day. As the clock ticked closer to midnight, an unsettling feeling crept over them. They were in the old history classroom on the 3rd floor, a room that had always given off an uncanny vibe. The windows rat-lit, casting eerie shadows on the walls, and the ancient chalkboard seemed to have a mind of its own. The students heard whispers, faint and incoherent, as if the very walls were trying to communicate with them. Terrified, they huddled together, trying to rationalize the noises, blaming it on the old building's creaks and groans. But then, the lights flickered, and a chilling gust of wind blew through the room, extinguishing their candles. Panic set in as they fumbled for their phones to use as flashlights, their faces pale with fear. In the corner of the room, a dusty bookshelf suddenly began to shake violently, books tumbling to the floor. As they watched in horror, a ghostly figure emerged, its transparent form taking shape before their eyes. It was the ghost of Professor Whitman, a former teacher who had disappeared under mysterious circumstances years ago. With hollow eyes fixed on the terrified students, Professor Whitman began to speak, his voice echoing through the room. He told a horrifying tale of betrayal and injustice, revealing dark secrets about the school's past. The students listened, frozen in fear, unable to escape. As the clock struck midnight, Professor Whitman's ghostly figure dissolved into the darkness, leaving the students trembling in the haunted classroom. They knew they had uncovered something sinister, something that would change their lives forever. To this day, the students of Crestwood High School dare not enter that classroom after dark, for they know that the ghost of Professor Whitman still lingers, waiting to reveal more of the school's dark secrets to those who dare to listen.